of new Augusta 109 Striker helicopters of Nigerian Air Force marks its first anniversary. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ambassador Toga describes Nigeria-China relationship as pragmatic, more rewarding than historic Western partnerships. And federal government drags Pan Ocean to court over $49.9 million unpaid oil royalties, gas flaring penalties. You're welcome to the news at 3 on Rstv. Good afternoon. I am Ubelejit Yara. Do you love and care about Rstv and the peace? Let's build and take it to greater heights. For this is a task and it's accomplished. Now the details of our report. The sole administrator of Rstv, Vice Admiral Bokitebas, retired, has called on the 2025 batch A-1 Corps members deployed to the state to embrace selfless service and dedication in order to meet the aspirations of their host communities. The charge was given during the closing ceremony of the 3-week orientation course held at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Norwalk Bamtai local government area of Rstv. Represented by the Secretary to the State Government and Chairman of the NYSC State Governing Board, Professor Bibi Aloki Warwika, the sole administrator urged the Corps members to uphold the highest standards of responsibility and patriotism throughout the service year. He further assured the Corps members of the hospitality and goodwill of the people of Rstv, encouraging them to integrate and contribute meaningfully to the state's development. In his remarks, Rstv NYSC Coordinator Moses Ologi commended the Corps members for their outstanding performance during the orientation course, despite the challenges of regimented camp life. He expressed confidence in their readiness to excel in the next phase of the NYSC program, where they will be deployed to critical sectors such as education, healthcare, agriculture, and rural infrastructure development, while appealing to stakeholders, community leaders, and co-employers to provide the Corps members with conducive accommodation and welfare packages to enhance their productivity. He emphasized that Corps members performed optimally and the entire society benefits from their contributions when they are well supported. The ceremony marked the successful completion of the orientation course, with Corps members now set to proceed to their places of primary assignments across Rstv. The hierarchy of the Nigerian Air Force NAF stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will on Friday, May 16, 2025, induct the newly acquired Augusta 109 Striker helicopters into the order of battle of the Nigerian Air Force at the 011 Presidential Air Fleet Wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The service also revealed that it will be commissioning quick impact projects across NAF operational theaters, one of which is a clinic that has been constructed in Rukubi community in Doma local government area of Nasarawa State, where some civilians lost their lives in January 2023 due to the unfortunate airstrike. Speaking during a press conference at NAF headquarters in Abuja to officially kickstart the anniversary celebration, the chairman of the organizing committee for the Nigerian Air Force's 61st anniversary celebration, Air Commodore Sylvester Asukwa Ayoma, also revealed that the service will be expecting over 30 air forces, 12 chiefs of air staff, and 45 exhibitors, including major defense and aerospace players like Airbus, Embraer, Diamond Aircraft, Havelsan, Jet Aviation, Starlight Aviation Group, Proforce, and the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, who were billed to participate in the 4th African Air Forces Forum, scheduled to hold in Lagos as part of activities to celebrate the NAF at 61. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is expected to grace the occasion as a special guest of honor. Federal government has reignited its legal battle against Pan Ocean Oil Corporation Nigeria Limited over the alleged non-payment of 49,936,088.31 in oil and gas royalties, concession rentals, and gas flaring penalties. The plaintiffs in the suit are the Minister of Petroleum Resources, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and the Federal Government of Nigeria. In an amended statement of claim filed before the Federal High Court in Lagos by Akin Akintoye Hassan, the government alleged that Pan Ocean, while operating oil mining lease 98 under a joint venture with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), failed to meet its statutory obligations under the Petroleum Act. The obligations included the payments of royalties, concession rentals, and gas flaring penalties. Despite several demands and Pan Ocean's written acknowledgement of the debt in a letter dated January 24, 2019, the government claimed the company has refused to pay the outstanding amount. In the suit before Justice Daniel Usiago, the government further stated that Pan Ocean's continued non-compliance prompted the Minister of Petroleum to revoke OML 98. The plaintiffs argued that the unpaid royalties deprived the government of vital revenue needed for national development. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, has described the Nigerian-China relationship as the most pragmatic for the country, better than most other foreign relationships currently. Ambassador Tuga disclosed this at a one-day dialogue on the way forward due to the current tariff war by the United States of America. The minister, who was represented by Ambassador Mohammed Haidara, said though the Nigeria-China relationship was a later one, it has come with a lot of benefits. Speaking further, he said the trade disruptions occasioned by the tariff regime instituted by the United States might become another opportunity for Nigeria, indeed Africa, to trade more with China as a formidable force in the trade and economic era in the world. He also noted that the Nigerian government will soon come up with its responses to the USA trade tariffs. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabo says Nigeria needs $10 billion annually for 20 years to have steady electricity supply. Speaking at the inauguration of a 2.5 megawatt solar hybrid power project at the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna State, Adebayo identified inadequate maintenance, insufficient investment, and the inability to upgrade transmission grids as major causes of the infrastructure gap in the power sector, which has accumulated for over 60 years. The minister said President Bola Tinubu's administration was trying to address the challenges of epileptic power supply across the country. He expressed the government's commitment to providing sustainable and reliable energy to critical national institutions like the NDA. According to Adelabo, the signing of the energy bill into law was one of the important steps taken by the government to tackle the challenges in the power sector. In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in collaboration with the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System, NIBSS, has launched a non-resident bank verification number NRBVN platform for Nigerians in the diaspora. The innovative digital gateway, which is projected to actualize the CBN's $1 billion monthly diaspora remittances target and about $12 billion annually, allow Nigerians in the diaspora to obtain a BVN remotely without the need for physical presence in the country. Speaking at a launch attended by stakeholders in the financial ecosystem, including the chief executives of commercial banks in Abuja, CBN Governor Olayemi Kadoso hailed the initiative as a milestone in the country's financial inclusion journey and a critical bridge connecting the country to its global citizens. The CBN governor also hinted that the initiative could reduce the high cost of remittances in sub-Saharan Africa and ensure continued engagement with stakeholders to optimize the platform. He said the CBN remained committed to reducing the cost of remittances, currently averaging over 7% in sub-Saharan Africa, adding that lowering these costs would enhance the safety and appeal of formal channels while amplifying the socio-economic impact of diaspora remittances on Nigerian households and the broader economy. You're still watching the news at 3. Now time for a short break. Do you love and care about Rstv and peace? Let's build and take it to greater heights. But this is a task we must accomplish. Ahead on the news at 3, Israeli strikes in northern Gaza kill at least 50, and U.S. President Trump meets new Syrian leader after lifting sanctions. Details of these and more will return from the break. Please stay.
Corruption not in my country. It is well with you, my son.
Amen.
Remember the child of who you are. You will meet people who will tell you to take shortcuts. They will tell you everybody is doing it. They will tell you that you don't have 10 heads.
You will tell them that your head is cuckoo as big as 10 heads.
They will tell you that connection is the poor man's language for corruption. Connection, no. Corruption, no. Shall not in your country.
Not in your country.
You will tell them that the poor people are the ones who sent you there. That we are the real connection.
See, like mama's hand, we connect to your face if you join bad guy.
Not true. We not go come out our eyes sake of say you be our picking and let other people suffer for nothing. Be a good example.
Take whistle. Learn how to blow your whistle.
Do good. Bring it home. Oh yeah. Stand up. Good to go?
Good to go.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, with support from the MacArthur Foundation and with broadcast support from the Rivers State Television.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back to the news at 3. Now to the rest of our report. Police authorities in Anambra have successfully rearrested one of the fleeing suspects allegedly involved in the kidnapping and gruesome murder of late Justice Azuka. Azuka was a lawmaker representing Onitsha, one constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly. He was reportedly kidnapped by gunmen on December 24, 2024, while returning home at Agwana Pampa Road in Lantown, Onitsha. However, the police and other sister security agencies later recovered his lifeless body on the Second Niger Bridge on February 6. A statement by the spokesman of Anambra State Police Command, Tochukwu Ikenga, who confirmed the suspect's rearrest, said he was arrested following a painstaking and intelligence-led operation after he was tracked across multiple states in Nigeria and neighboring countries. Ikenga said the police force, in its continued commitment to transparency and accountability, has briefed relevant stakeholders, including the family of the late lawmaker and the leadership of the Anambra State House of Assembly. On the foreign scene, at least 50 Palestinians have been killed in a series of Israeli airstrikes in northern Gaza. The Indonesian hospital reported that 22 children and 15 women were among the dead after a number of homes in Jalabia town and refugee camp were hit overnight. The Israeli military said it was looking into the report. It has warned residents of Jalabia and neighboring areas to evacuate on Tuesday after a Palestinian armed group launched rockets into Israel. It came as the UN's Humanitarian Affairs Chief urged members of the UN Council to take action to prevent genocide in Gaza. Speaking at a meeting in New York, Tom Fletcher accused Israel of deliberately and unashamedly imposing inhumane conditions on civilians. He also called on Israel to lift its 10-week blockade on Gaza and criticized the Israeli-US plan to take over the distribution of humanitarian aid by using private companies, saying it was a fig leaf for further violence and displacement of Palestinians. Donald Trump has become the first U.S. president in 25 years to meet the Syrian leader after he offered sanctions relief in hopes of offering a new path to the war-battered country. Trump in Riyadh on the first state visit of his second term met with Ahmed al-Sharaa, an SY Islamist guerrilla turned interim president after the December overthrow of a long-time strongman Bashar al-Assad. A White House official said the two held brief talks ahead of a larger gathering of Gulf leaders in Saudi Arabia during Trump's tour of the region. No U.S. president has met a Syrian leader since Bill Clinton saw Hafez al-Assad, Bashar's father, in Geneva in 2000 in a failed effort to persuade him to make peace with Israel. Trump announced that he was lifting brutal and crippling Assad-era sanctions on Syria in response to demands from Shara's allies in Turkey and Saudi Arabia in his latest step out of tune with U.S. ally Israel. On the entertainment scene, veteran Nollywood actress Jumoke George has cried out for financial assistance. Jumoke George made the public plea in a video interview with her colleague, Bala Bayo. Afi Buraberi tells us more from this and other entertainment stories. Take a look.
Sharing her struggles with the public, George stated that she has been homeless and unwell for 6 years. George, who broke down in tears, disclosed that she is currently living in a church, battling illness. Music star David Adeleke, better known as Davido's second baby mama, Amanda, has returned to social media to share the colorful moments from their daughter Hailey Adeleke's 8th birthday in Senegal. The adorable pictures captured Hailey and her friends as well as the birthday girl with her parents. One of the pictures showed Hailey holding Davido while Amanda stood on the other side. Another picture captured the DMW label owner and his second baby mama posing with Hailey as she cut her birthday cake. Sharing pictures from her daughter's birthday, Amanda wrote in a caption, "8 is indeed great. My baby had a blast on her birthday thanks to Kids Time events. For making everything possible, from decor, the food, the animation, everything was a 10 out of 10. Happy birthday again to our big baby Hey Hey. We love you so much." Celine Dion made a rare appearance during the first semi-final of the Eurovision Song Contest with a brief pre-recorded message. The star won the contest for Switzerland in 1988, and it had been rumored that she would take the stage as the ceremony returns to the country this year. So 10 acts qualified for Saturday's grand finale, including Swedish entrant Kaj, whose song Bara Bada Batsu is the runway favorite. Their song, an accordion-led comedy number whose title translates to "Let's Take a Suna," has a 40% chance of winning. If the prediction comes true, it will be Sweden's 8th Eurovision title, making them the most victorious country in the contest history. Afi Burabari for Rstv Entertainment News.
In the world of sports, the Flying Eagles duo have been named in Group C's Best 11. The duo forms half of the tournament's top-rated back four, anchoring Nigeria's defensive stability and leading by example. Vivian Okereke has more.
The Flying Eagles still have work to do in their quest for continental glory at the 2025 CUP_20 Africa Cup of the Nation in Egypt, but two standout performers have already stamped their name among the tournament elite. Odinaka Okoro and Captain Daniel Bayemi has been named in the official CAF Best 11 of the group stage, a glowing testament to their consistencies, leadership and quality on the pitch. Their inclusion in the prestigious lineup comes as the Confederation of the Africa Football unveiling the best performers from the first round of the tournament, with selections made by the technical study group. Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi is in an induced coma after having the first phase of surgery on a serious abdominal injury. The Nigerian international 37 collided with the post in the 88th minute of the 2-2 draw against the last year at the City Ground as he attempted to get on the end of a cross from Anthony Eliga. He has surgery on Monday night and remains in the hospital, with the rest of the procedures sent to be completed later today. In a statement, Forest said Awoniyi was recovering well following the operation. Cristiano Ronaldo says he is proud of his eldest son after he made his debut for Portugal under 15. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. came on the 54 minutes of 4 wins against Japan in a tournament chorister. The 14